Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this ASUS. This is a GU502L. Alright, so ASUS Republic of Gamers, and I think it is a ROG Zephyrus. Alright, so anyways, we're going to be replacing the screen on here. We're going to pop this open and hopefully it will fix the issue. Right now the screen just goes black. We're going to use a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver and remove all the screws from the bottom. Alright, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. I likely won't be taking a lot of stuff out of here because the main issue is the screen. This laptop actually still works okay with an external monitor. So hopefully once we replace the screen, it will be okay. When we power it up, I notice the screen just flashes for a little bit and then shuts off. So hopefully it's just the screen and not something else. Because if it's something else, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that. Alright, anyways, you want to keep all the screws in order. If I didn't already mention it, the way you do that is you put the flat side down like that on your desk. In the pattern, you remove the screws, and that should help you keep them in order. Usually if they zigzag like this, but they're somewhat in a row, I'll just put them in the same row. So you got 5 in this row, you got 4 up here, and then you can go ahead and like put these 2 separate, and you can say 4 down here. Okay. Most of these screws, I think these screws actually look to be the same length, but again, it's always a good idea to keep them in order. That way there's no risk of any damage to anything if you do happen to mix them up. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. We're almost done. Then we're going to pop this open. The main thing we got to do is disconnect the battery first so that it's safe to work on the screen. Alright, so this actually, when you undo this screw, I might have already made a video of this. I might have to check. But once you do that, this pops up a little gap here. And then we can go ahead and pop this out. Alright, it'll be a little tough. Might have to use a tool still, actually, even though it came up. This is seeming very familiar. I think I might have already done this. Alright, anyways, I'm going to get a tool here and use that to help pop this up, just to at least get started, just because it's long enough. I cut my nails somewhat. I mean, they're really long, but they're not long enough to pry through this, I think. Alright, at least not the initial part. Once I get the initial part going, you can see this cover comes up really easily. Alright, gonna work our way around here. Okay, and you can see this cover came off super easy. Okay, the fans and stuff in here. Oh yeah, I think I might have already worked on this because I recall seeing this, and I recall seeing this. Okay, anyways, let me double check my records and see, because I don't want to make 2 of the same videos. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I already did take this thing apart, but we'll do it again because I didn't try with the new screen. So let's see what happens. We'll slide this latch up, pull the battery disc connection out. I think I went over all the stuff in here already, so I'm not going to do that on this video. Let's hold the power button down for about 15 seconds to drain any residual power. This makes it a lot safer to work on, alright? And there's a lot less risk of damaging the computer. So hold it a few more seconds. Okay, I think we should be good. And then we're just going to pop the frame out just like before. Again, I did make a video of this before. Why is it not focusing properly? Come on. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this off. Alright, I'm just pulling up from the center of the bezel, and then you can see it just kind of pops off. I don't remember if there was an adhesive the last time I did it. That was a little over, that was like 8 days ago, over a week ago. Okay. But anyways, we're going to pop this out. I'm basically pulling the bezel inwards while kind of pulling up from the inner center or inner piece. And then, yeah. All right, we're going to rotate this, flip this over, and we're going to remove the bottom part of the bezel now. Same thing. Kind of just pull it. Okay, there's some, I think there was some adhesive here before. So if you're going to be doing this, keep that in mind. There was some adhesive. It's not going to be as easy as how I'm making it look. If you want, you can watch my other video, because that one I did the first time, I think, right? And when you open this, you got these little pull tabs, so we're going to pull that out. So this video is more just for like a quick video on removing this screen and putting a new one. Okay, so let's get this thing back out. And we got to pull this adhesive straight down, okay, away from the screen. Usually because I have to pull it towards me because there's not enough room, so I have to use my finger to pull it down while the other hand just continues stretching the adhesive back. Okay, so as you can see, we're just going to keep stretching the adhesive back, and as it releases, you can see the screen is coming forward. Okay, if you run out of room, you can let the adhesive kind of go back forward, then you use another hand, pull it, and then same thing, and just continue releasing the adhesive like this. Oh, there we go. All right, and you want to be careful not to let the adhesive stick to itself, otherwise you're likely not going to be able to reuse it. Okay, and do the same thing on this side. And hopefully we're lucky and it's only the LCD that's the problem. Okay. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to grab with my other hand while keeping it stretched and just continue. Oh, the screen already fell off. Okay, there we go. All right, now that we got that out, let's go ahead and flip the screen forward. We're going to latch this. Again, hopefully you followed along and you disconnected the battery and pressed and held the power button 15 seconds before doing this. All right, now we're going to flip this metal latch up here. Well, why is it stuck so strong? There we go. Once we flip that, we can grab that metal latch and use that to help pull the connector out. There we go. We're going to set the screen aside. Let's go ahead and get the replacement. The replacement's all wrapped up in this thing, so I'm going to have to cut that stuff out. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, now that we've got that. Oh, the tape is stuck on it. Oh no. It's going to be a pain. Okay, I guess I'll cut this side as well. Wow, this tape. Okay. Cut through it. Okay, and we'll cut through this side. Sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Hopefully, you know what. I mean, I'm just basically trying to get the screen out of the packaging, but they taped it all together. Okay. So, there we go. We can get all this bubble wrap out. Get this thing out. Alright. Toss the bubble wrap aside. And we gotta get this side out. Okay. Set that aside. So we got it inside this baggie. We're gonna have to peel that up. Put a warranty sticker on it, as you can see. Alright, let's grab this. And pop the screen out. All right, so we're gonna get this over here, line it up, and we're gonna reinstall this screen into here, okay? Make sure it's lined up. You might have to pull it over a little bit so you have a little more slack to work with. All right, we're gonna use this to get it lined up. It's a little tricky. Okay, get everything lined up. Once it's all lined up, you can go ahead and pull the connector in, and then we can latch this back down. There we go. Let's do a test real quick before we put the adhesive in. So we're going to just flip the screen up. All right, there we go. So got that. Then we're going to just reconnect the battery. Just get it lined up and click that into place. And then you can slide that little metal latch back up over the connector. All right, let's go ahead and see about powering this thing on. Hopefully we have some good news. So far nothing's on the screen. I think it's not a screen issue. It looks like it's going to be a motherboard issue. Nothing is happening. All right, what I'm going to do because I do see the light is on. Unless, oh, ooh, we got it. Okay, so it must have been, okay, I keep forgetting. These laptops like to use the battery as a motherboard or BIOS battery. So because of that, the BIOS was being reset. That's why it took so long. I'm going to hold the screen out of view just in case, because sometimes it shows the username and people don't like that. Okay, so here you can see it booted up perfectly fine. So I'm going to actually, I highly recommend, once it works, to go in the start menu and then do a restart, okay? Or not the start menu, but the power off, and do a restart, not a shutdown, because shutdown doesn't reset the system files, but a restart does, okay? So here you can see it's working perfectly fine. After that, we're going to shut this thing off, put the adhesive back on, and we should be good to go. If you want, you can put the bottom cover in first, since we reconnected the battery, just to be extra safe, so you don't risk damaging anything, okay? So you can see that's on. We're going to close this. What we're going to do now, we're going to put the bottom cover on. You want to be very careful that you don't damage this little cable back there when putting the cover on, because that is the power button, I believe. And if you damage that, you won't get to turn it on anymore. So we're going to start with this slightly higher up, and then you can work with pulling it back here, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and look here. Line everything up. Okay, everything looks good. Click everything back into place. This one corner screw goes in last, okay? Once you get everything clicked in, you can go ahead and tighten that screw into place. All right, and now we're gonna get all the screws back in. All right, and then we're gonna get the bezel back in. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, again, please make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I guess you can stay while I put the screws and get the bezel back in. Yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. All right, let's get all these screws back. I think I did all the work I have for today so far. All right, let's get this all back in and we should be good to go. All right. Got 4 more. And then we're going to get the bezel, or the bezel, sorry, the adhesive and the bezel. My brain is semi-sleeping, not 100% yet, it's still somewhat awake. So, man, I got too much packaging and garbage over here now. I made a mountain next to my desk that is going to be difficult if I have to work on desktops tomorrow or today. It's like, what time is it now? 4:04 a.m. I'm not going to get sleep as usual. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. I'm going to keep it this way so that the screen stays into the backing. There we go. All right, now I'm going to actually shut this thing down because I need to work on it. So let's shut this down. Okay, we're going to grab the screen and we're going to just lay it forward here for now. Be careful because there isn't much slack, okay? All right, next we're going to put the little adhesive strips in, okay? So the way you do that, you line up the thing down here, okay? Once you have that lined up down there, you can get this all lined up, okay? Just like this. If it goes over the black part, don't worry about it. It's not that important. The black part's the main one that helps it stick to the screen. And then just make sure to kind of stick this all down. Make sure it goes flat. You don't want lumps in it, all right? If there's lumps in it, it can damage your screen. So you want to make sure it's flat, okay? We're going to go ahead and go over to this side and do the same thing. Get it lined up. Okay, and we'll get this in. Stick that down, and then we'll work on this. Stick that in place. And stick everything. Okay, so we got everything stuck in. We're going to now flip this way, and you want to slowly, carefully let the screen go down. You don't want to drop it onto the connector here. So we're going to slowly, carefully flip the screen down. And you want to get the corner edge of the screen in first, okay? Be careful not to let it drop onto the adhesive yet, because you want to get it into the right corner first. I'm going to do the same thing up here. All right, make sure it's all the way up. Then you can let it drop and make sure to push that down so the adhesive holds it into place. If you want, you can go ahead and turn it back on one more time just to make sure everything's working. Once everything looks good, you can go ahead and roll this adhesive cover or the screen protector cover off. You want to peel it like this. You don't want to pull it straight back or straight up, because that can put pressure on the screen and that can damage it. Okay, there we go. We got all of that. Let's go ahead and get the bezel back on now. Okay, actually it might be easier to show it this way, but normally I would do this while the laptop is standing up, but to make it so you guys can see, I'm gonna have to do it this way. So we'll get it all lined up. I like to push on the outermost edges, and usually that should allow it to pop into place. Okay, if not, you might have to maneuver it around. Okay, so let's see here. So basically, we're doing the opposite. We're kind of lifting the middle up again, but this time we're pushing it in instead of pulling it out. As you can see, as I do that, these clips go in really easily. Okay, like that. And we'll go over here, same thing. Okay, that's good. I'm going to flip this forward, and we'll do the bottom part now. So the bottom, it helps to kind of lift this up and then let this go into there, because there's a little foot that sticks out. All right, looks good. And now let's go ahead and pop this in. It helps to kind of have the back flat. And then we can push from the bottom down here, and you can see it clicks. There we go. And then push the adhesive back down. You don't want to push too hard though. Make sure you're not going to crack or damage the screen. And there we go. We're good to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's close this up and let's drop this. Bye.